way you can come up and use the scope if you like.
We just stop and look at the birds. See the big birds? Go in the water.
So we're just estimating that we have close to 300. As I said earlier, this is the only wild flock in existence. There's 300 estimated in this flock, and about 300 scattered around the country. And they're not going to put any more into that flock. They can't hold up their rest and feed. They'll be leaving out here about the end of March. Generally by the end of April, most all of them have left. And they can make pretty good time, but if they have these birds might be going to fly, so watch them close. They're talking about taking off flying.
Ah, you're planning my aim.
They're standing up straight like they might be wanting back.
Now the one on the left changed his mind. They don't make that migration all at one time. They generally just fly during the day. They'll find them a pond or a river bank to stop on at night and rest and feed. Back to the same territory every year. Down here they'll establish a territory of right around 150 to 200. And if it's a healthy chick, that second egg a lot of times gets kicked out of the nest. Or if it does hatch, that first chick will starve it out. So most of the time they just bring one chick. See a gray blue heron flying over here on the right side. But this year we've counted at least 4 pairs that brought 2 chicks down. Hopefully we'll get to see them today. They're farther on up the refuge. Fish, shrimp, clams, scallops. But their favorite food is the blue crab. And if we have a lot of blue crab down here in the winter, then they have a good nesting season in the spring. That hasn't been the case this year. We haven't had many blue crabs, so if it goes to like they have to have. See some more moving cranes over across the bay over there. generally wait till spring, find them another mate. That is, unless they have a chick and they lose, like the male were to lose his mate, and he'd look for a replacement. Half-month old whenever he has to make that 2,500-mile migration down here.
Yeah.
So he grows real fast after he's hatched. They feed him real good. Like I said earlier, they don't make that migration all at one time. They generally fly during the day, especially if they have a chick. They migrate back with them, but they feel he's still not mature enough, then he'll migrate back with the parents, maybe halfway, then they'll let him join the young bird because they're really done with him. They don't want to mess with him anymore. More eggs, start all over again. But the chick has about 10.5 months to learn everything he needs to know to survive. They want to join the other young birds. Of course, there's birds from 1 to 5 in that group. And he learns a lot from them too until he's old enough to take a mate at about 5 years old. And when they're 5 years old, round about, they don't like them coming into their territory. Once they take a mate, they're pretty anti-social. And all the other losing grays, they don't get together and fly or come around or anything like that once they take a mate. So, as far as defending the territories, it kind of goes by the wayside when things get real hard to find. Up here, a couple of miles at the end of the refuge is where we have one pair of whoopie cranes that brought down 2 chicks. We're going to head up that way and see if they're home today where we can see them. Come on up in front while we're stopped with the wheel out. See, this whooping crane closest to it also has bands on each leg.
Ja, is het vanaf.
Here that the young birds between 1 and 5, the subadults, like to get in small groups and hang out. That's what we see over here between about 2 o'clock. Just the other side of that green marker, you'll see about 4 or 5 young birds between 1 and 5 years old on the edge of the water. You know, the parents don't let him wander off like that, but as they mature, they give them more and more liberty to go and find their own food. that second a lot of work. And when the whooping crane got up older, it thought it was a person. There was no reproduction or anything. So they got the idea to let them. Again, when they got breeding age, about 5 years old, they thought they were sandhill cranes. Sandhills breed totally different, so there was no reproduction, and they discontinued that experiment. Now they just let the whooping cranes have both eggs in their nests. They don't take the eggs out anymore. They've got plenty of hen raisers up in Wisconsin and Maryland, up the Crane Foundation, that they can those here on by the marker, because they're kind of getting short on time, but we'll go by them real slow where you can get a good look at them. We're going to try to find a set of twins up here on the end. See, the chick on the left is banded, and the adult on the right is banded. Telescope up on top, you can go out and look over the refuge on that end. Now there's only 2 whooping cranes that own that territory up there, so as far as seeing whooping cranes, it's not all that good. But there's a lot of other things to see, a lot of wildlife at the refuge. A lady asked me about losing that brown color. Now by the end of March, their body will be all white. They may have a little brown color on the top of their head, but generally by the end of April it'll all be gone. They'll look just like the adult. When they get out here in October, November, they are really red and rusty looking, and they just gradually lose it all as the winter goes on. Ordinarily, you'd see, maybe 100, 200 oyster boats out in these bays harvesting the oysters.